Tiwa shot up from her bed, heart racing. Her breath came in shallow gasps as the haunting laughter from her dream echoed in her ears. Only, it wasn't a dream, it was a memory. Her life, once perfect, had unraveled because of a single gift. Tiwa was a gem in the bustling city of Lagos. Her beauty was striking, her confidence magnetic. She had everything a young woman could want: a well-paying job as a senior executive at a top advertising firm, a doting boyfriend named David who was as charming as he was ambitious, and a circle of friends who loved her dearly. Every morning, Tiwa strode into her office, heels clicking confidently on the tiled floor, head held high. Her co-workers admired her grace and sharp intellect, and many secretly envied her seemingly perfect life. But on one Friday evening, the first crack in her perfect world appeared. After a long day at work, Tiwa returned to her apartment in Lekki. She carried the faint exhaustion of deadlines met and emails sent, but smiled as she unlocked her door. The weekend stretched ahead of time to unwind and recharge. As she stepped closer to her door, she noticed a neatly wrapped gift box sitting on her doormat. The gold wrapping paper gleamed under the fading sunlight, and a ribbon tied into a perfect bow sat on top. Who could this be from? Tiwa murmured, her curiosity piqued. She picked it up, brought it inside, and set it on her marble coffee table. The box felt light, but her excitement was heavy. Carefully, she unwrapped it, revealing a bottle of perfume nestled inside. The bottle was exquisite crystal clear, with an intricate floral design etched into the glass. She lifted it to her nose and inhaled. The fragrance was divine, a mix of roses, jasmine, and something warm and musky. She sprayed a small amount on her wrist and smiled. Perfect, she whispered. Satisfied, Tiwa placed the bottle on her dresser and went about her evening, unaware that her life had just shifted. The next morning, Tiwa woke up feeling strange. Her head felt heavy, and there was an odd taste in her mouth. Shaking off the discomfort, she got ready for work. She chose a crisp white blouse and navy trousers, spritzing a bit of her new perfume on her neck before heading out. As she walked into the office, the usual murmur of greetings seemed different. People glanced at her, but their smiles were absent. She heard whispers faint at first, then clearer as she moved deeper into the building. Do you smell that? It's awful. Is that Tiwa? I can't believe she came to work like this. Tiwa's heart sank. Her palms grew clammy as she turned to her closest colleague. Aisha, is something wrong? Aisha hesitated, her hand covering her nose. Tiwa, I don't know how to say this, but you smell terrible. Tiwa froze. Her confidence crumbled as laughter erupted from across the office. Shame engulfed her. Without another word, she grabbed her bag and fled. Back at home, Tiwa sat on her sofa, trembling with humiliation. She heard a knock at the door. When she opened it, she saw her fiancé David. What are you doing here? Tiwa asked in surprise, but David immediately blocked his nose. What is that smell? It's disgusting, he said. Tiwa was speechless, not knowing what to say. But she watched David look at her with disgust and walk away. Tiwa called after him, but he didn't reply. Desperate, she grabbed her phone and called Nne, her best friend since university. Nne answered on the first ring. Tiwa, what's wrong? The moment Tiwa began explaining, tears streamed down her face. Within an hour, Nne was at her door, her face etched with worrying. But as soon as she entered, she wrinkled her nose. Tiwa, what is that smell? Tiwa broke down, recounting everything. When she mentioned the perfume, Nne's expression turned serious. Where is it? Tiwa pointed to the dresser. Nne grabbed the bottle, her movements quick and deliberate. We need to destroy this. But, no buts, Tiwa. This thing is evil. Without hesitation, Nne smashed the bottle, sealed the shards in a plastic bag, and burned the remnants in a metal bin outside. Tiwa watched silently, her heart heavy with fear and confusion. Who did I offend to deserve this curse? That night, Nne stayed over, comforting Tiwa with soothing words. Everything will be fine, Nne said. But as Tiwa lay in bed, she couldn't shake a strange feeling. Earlier, Nne had taken a phone call and had spoken in hushed tones. Tiwa hadn't caught the words, but something about Nne's demeanor felt off. Could Nne know something about the perfume? Tiwa quickly dismissed the thought. Nne was her best friend. She'd never hurt her. The next morning, Tiwa received an unexpected visitor. Max, her ex-boyfriend. They had dated years ago, but their relationship had ended amicably. Seeing him now, Tiwa felt a mixture of surprise and relief. Nne called me and told me what happened, Max said, his voice calm and reassuring. I'm here to help. Tiwa burst into tears and hugged Max, and like everyone else, Max didn't flinch or cover his nose. He stayed close, holding her hands and listening intently. As they talked, Tiwa mentioned her fleeting suspicions about Nne, but Max frowned. Tiwa, that doesn't sound like her. Nne has always been loyal to you. His words planted a seed of doubt in her mind. Could she have been wrong about Nne? That evening, Nne came over, only to be met with Tiwa's accusations. Why? Why did you curse me? Tiwa demanded. What happened? Nne asked, confused. Why did you destroy the perfume so quickly? Tiwa demanded. What are you hiding? Nne's face crumpled with pain. Tiwa, how could you think that? I've always stood by you. Tears streamed down her cheeks as she stormed out. Tiwa was left alone, consumed by guilt and confusion. Had she just pushed away her closest ally? In the following days, Max took charge, arranging visits to spiritualists and herbalists to cleanse Tiwa of the strange curse. Eventually, a wise old man gave her a concoction to drink. Within hours, the nauseating smell faded. Tiwa was finally free. As her life began to return to normal, Max and Tiwa grew closer. A few months later, Max proposed, and she accepted. One sunny afternoon, Max invited Tiwa to his mother's house for a family gathering. It felt like a turning point, a sign that her life was back on track. While exploring the house, Tiwa stumbled upon a small wooden box tucked inside a drawer. Curious, she opened it and froze. Inside was a receipt for the perfume that had turned her life upside down. Her heart stopped. The date on the receipt matched the week she had received the gift, and the handwriting, she recognized it. It was Max's. Tiwa confronted him that evening, holding the receipt in trembling hands. Max, why did you do this? Max's face turned pale. He stammered, Tiwa, I couldn't bear the thought of you with someone else. I never meant for it to go this far. The Baba said it wouldn't harm you much. I just wanted you back. Tears filled Tiwa's eyes. You destroyed my life, made me doubt my best friend, and humiliated me. All for what? Your selfishness. Max dropped to his knees, begging for forgiveness. But Tiwa had heard enough. She removed the engagement ring from her finger and placed it on the table. It's over between us, Max, she said firmly before walking out of his life for good. In the days that followed, Tiwa reached out to Nne with a tearful apology. She explained everything, including her misguided accusations. Nne's face softened as she listened. Tiwa, I missed a surprise party for my mom because I wanted to be with you when you needed me most. You're my sister, and I'd never hurt you. Tiwa's guilt deepened, but Nne hugged her tightly. We all make mistakes. I'm just glad you're okay. With Nne's unwavering support, Tiwa began to rebuild her life. She focused on her career, found solace in new hobbies, and took time to heal. As for love, Tiwa knew she wasn't ready yet, but she believed that one day it would find her again, Enchanted and true. Her journey had taught her to treasure true friends, trust her instincts, and never let anyone dim her light. And as she walked confidently into her office one Monday morning, heels clicking on the tiled floor, Tiwa felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was no longer just a gem in Lagos, she was a woman reborn, stronger and wiser than ever before. Subscribe, like, and comment for more stories like this.
Please remember to subscribe to this channel and give my video a thumbs up. And I'll see you in my next video soon. Thank you.